Hello, my name is Asafo. Welcome to today's course on Microsoft PowerPoint. PowerPoint is a presentation software developed by Microsoft in the year 1987 under the platform Windows by Microsoft Corporation. And if you should ask me what's actually the definition of PowerPoint when you are being asked, then in my point of view, it's a software package designed to create electronic presentations consisting of a series of separate pages known as slides. And one might definitely ask, what is the purpose of PowerPoint? Well, I would tell you that the purpose of PowerPoint is to act as a visual aid as a presenter goes along presenting their options, ideas, sales, etc. Now, the benefit of using PowerPoint is to make your presentation more interesting through the use of multimedia. It can help you to improve the audience focus. PowerPoint allows you to use images, audio, and video to have a greater visual impact. Alright, so currently what next we're going to do is I'm going to take you into the software and we are going to look at a couple of things. First, let me show you how to open PowerPoint in a couple of ways. If you want to open PowerPoint, you're going to move to the lower left corner of the screen, then click on this start button right here, and this is going to bring out your start menu as we discussed in the previous movie. You're going to make your way down. You can also have access to this vertical scroll bar right here. You click and drag. As you drag, you're going to get even the more hidden programs and all the way down here. But in my case, what I'm looking for is here, and I can just maybe use my mouse scroll. Provided your mouse has that functionality, then you can use the scroll wheel till you get to your desired program. Then it's just a single click. Then this is going to open PowerPoint 2019 right in front of you. And here mine seemed like it didn't fit the screen. No problem, I'm going to drag this by the PowerPoint bar right here, then till it fits. Or even if it didn't fit, I can choose to click on this maximize to fit the screen for me. And that is one way to open PowerPoint. Alright, for now, let me just close things off by clicking on this X button at the upper right corner right here. That closes the app or the software, the program. Another way to do that is to type PowerPoint right here on a search bar. You can see type here to search. It's right here. So I'm going to start typing PowerPoint, and once you begin to type, it's going to highlight it out for you, and sure enough, that is what I want to get, and I am going to click on it by using the mouse or pressing the enter key from the keyboard. Either way is going to work for you. And here I've got this. Now let me close this app by using the keyboard shortcut, which goes by the name Alt plus F4 on the keyboard. So you press and hold down the Alt key, then press the F4. As you know, when you press the Alt key by itself, it will not do anything because it's a modifier key. Alright, that is how to close the app right down there. And let me show you another way to open PowerPoint. Okay, we actually typed. First we search from the start menu, then secondly we typed over here, then third we're going to click on the start button right here, which is going to bring out the start menu. Scroll way down till you get to Windows System. Click to expand because it has this little triangle right here, which means there are a lot of things hidden inside because it's actually a folder right here. So you click to open. Alright, then I've got a couple of things here, including command prompt, control panel, file explorer, run, task manager, this PC, and my favorite, Windows administrative tools. I want to click on run right here, then that is going to bring out the run dialog box, and we're going to run the software right here by using a command. And the command used to run PowerPoint is known as PowerPNT, that is PowerPNT. So PowerPoint for PowerPoint, then press the enter key on the keyboard, and that is going to run it down there for you. Well then, let me just close this guy and move on. One other way to do is to create or have an existing PowerPoint file on the desktop or the computer environment. So I'm going to right click to create a new PowerPoint presentation file, then go to new, and then move to Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, which I've got right here. I'm going to click, and that is going to bring out a new Microsoft PowerPoint presentation right on my desktop. I am going to name it introduction because of course that is what it is going to be. Then press the enter key from the keyboard, then you are good to go. So I've got introduction right here, and it's a PowerPoint presentation file. I will talk about file extensions later, but not in this particular movie. But I'm going to show you things to check out for when you are looking at a PowerPoint presentation file. Okay, click on this File Explorer right here, then make your way to the View tab from this File Explorer, and then come to Show/Hide Group of the ribbon, then choose this guy, File Name Extension. Now by default, file name extensions are hidden to known file types. That is because Microsoft maintains a database consisting list of known file types in the computer environment. While I'm done with that, I'm going to click on the close button to close this. And now let me come to my desktop. Notice I have introduction.pptx. pptx is a native PowerPoint presentation file. Okay, so whenever you see this, you're going to see this. Now, if I should open my training folder and look at this, I've got the document.rtf, which is rich text format document. And even if I should double click on this right now, as I'm going to do, it will ask me to either open in Microsoft Word or choose any other program. But for now, let me just click on Microsoft Word and then click on OK, and that would open it in Microsoft Word for me. Enough of that, we are not here for that. Let me close this guy. We are here for PowerPoint. All right, now if I should double click on PowerPoint right here, you can see I have my first slide.pptx, all right, which is also a PowerPoint presentation software. All right, let me go back by clicking on this back icon, then close this, or better still, if I don't want to close this, I'm going to click on this restore down. Then that is going to restore it down, and then I'll double click on PowerPoint, and I'm going to make sure I drag this, that is this introduction.pptx, to this PowerPoint folder. That is going to move it from this location to the PowerPoint folder. The reason why it has been moved is because they both are on the same drive. The folder, that is the destination folder, and then the source file are all on the same folder, are all on the same hard drive, and that is the reason why it moved instead of copy. If I should try to copy or move something or drag something from a pen drive to this location like the desktop or whatsoever, it will read copy instead of move. Okay, now I am going to open introduction.pptx by double clicking on it, and once I double click, it's going to open this blob interface for me. And currently I've got no new presentation going on, and for me to add a presentation, there are a couple of ways to go about that. One, I can make my way to the file button right here, the upper left corner, click to get access to the Backstage View, then click on new, and then I'm going to have access to blank presentation. One other way to do that is to click on this back icon right down here, then notice I've got this, click to add first slide. Once I click, it added its own presentation automatically. So I think this is by far the fastest way to get on with this. All right, now let's feel at home. Let's get ourselves familiar with the interface. All Microsoft applications especially Microsoft Office applications, they do come with this long bar at the top known as the title bar, which displays the title of your presentation right here. So you can see the title, introduction.pptx-PowerPoint. So the name of the file followed by the name of the program. Then right here at the far right side, we have the sign in, also located on the title bar. And then we have this ribbon display option right here. For now, I'm going to click on this ribbon display option and notice something. It says auto hide ribbon. By default, it's set to show tabs and commands. So these are our tabs: home, insert, design, transition, animation, slideshow, review, view, add-ins, and then hub. There are some other ones that are hidden until you get to the appropriate function, like smart art, pictures, tables, and so forth and so on. Let me go back home and then make my way to this icon right here, ribbon display option. Click to expand it, then click on auto hide ribbon. That is going to automatically hide the ribbon. And one reason why you might want to do such a thing is because you have a very low screen or a very small screen which you need more room to work with. And aside that, I don't think you should have any other better reason, except for maybe pranking your friends, like hiding all these kind of things so that when they come, they don't know where your stuffs are. And yeah, I think just to test the knowledge of your friends, whether they know what at all they are doing. Okay, so for now, I can just send my mouse pointer up and I'm going to get this bit of highlighting. When I click on it, it's going to temporarily show these things. And when it shows the title bar, the tabs, and then the ribbons and the commands right here, you'd notice once I click outside, it is gone. But what happened? How do I bring it back permanently? Well, I have to revisit that same icon at the upper right corner, click down there, and then bring your mouse pointer all the way down till you get to show tabs. So when you click on show tabs, it's going to show only the tabs, like the home tab, the insert, design, transitions, animations, and so forth and so on. And if you should go back again to show or to ribbon display options, then you now have show tabs and commands, which is going to display all the commands and then the tabs out here. All right, now we've got this minimize button. When you click, it's going to minimize everything to the taskbar at the bottom right here. And if you should hover your mouse pointer and click, it's going to launch it out there. And here we also have this restore down. So when you click on it, it's going to restore you down. And you can also choose to put your mouse pointer. Let me drag this out a bit. You can put your mouse pointer at the upper left corner or any of the corner or edges, then drag. Now I'm going to click on this to maximize it again. So that is its function. And apparently you are familiar with this close because it closes the application. It shuts it down. You can also use its keyboard shortcut. Alt plus F4 is going to do that. Okay, coming all the way to the left side, we have the quick access toolbar right here. This consists of tools that you frequently use. Okay, so if you find yourself addicted to a particular tool or tools, then the good news is you can just configure your quick access toolbar to contain those things for you as you go along. For now, I have this save, which is going to save your work apparently. You have this undo, and you also have redo, and then we also have this start from beginning, which is just going to show you your slides. Then we want to configure this, so we have to click on customize quick access toolbar. Click to expand. Then here, notice I've got two main groups here. The ones with check marks in front of them and the ones without check marks. Well, the ones with a check mark in front of them are the ones currently displaying on the quick access toolbar. So you can see I have save being the first one, undo, redo, and then start from beginning. Alright, I want to add new, and if I should click on new, notice it has this page-like icon here, which also has the keyboard shortcut of Control N. So Control N for new, okay? And then let me come back to customize quick access toolbar, click to expand, and now notice new has check mark in front. That is great. I want to also check open, so I can have Control O as the keyboard shortcut out there. Then again, I'm going to click. Then I'm going to show spelling, very important. I want to be sure of what I type. Then click again. At this time from beginning, I don't want it to be there. So this thing right here, I don't want it to be here, to be there, okay, because it occupies more space, and I'm not even going to use this frequently. Okay, so I'm going to click on start from beginning, and that is going to take it away. By default, Microsoft Office team decided to put this quick access toolbar at the upper left corner, but then you can also bring it down a bit below the ribbon right here. So to do so, you're going to click on the customize quick access toolbar, then come all the way down till you have access to this command called show below the ribbon. And if you should click, pay attention, show below the ribbon. So click, and you notice that the quick access tools are no longer there, including the bar, and they are now located right here. Okay, so, and I find to actually work with this, instead of moving my mouse pointer up, I prefer to have it here instead of that place. But for the sake of this training, I am going to click on it again, then click on show above the ribbon, which would move it right above my ribbon. So that is what you have to know, so long as that or those things are concerned. Then next, below the quick access toolbar or the title bar, we have the file button. When you click on the file button, it takes you to Backstage View, and this is the Backstage View. We're going to take a look at Backstage View in the future movies. The Backstage View right here allows you to have access to your home. That is, you can even create a blank presentation or choose a template right here, and you can also click on new and click right here for search. That is, if you want to search online template, which currently I am not connected to the internet, and that is not going to yield any result. Next, I have open here should I have some presentations like the ones I have here yesterday and then today with the time and date right here. I can just click on one and I am good to go. However, I am not going to click anyone. I also have the info, that is if I want to protect my presentation, and a whole lot of things over here, including the properties and even the advanced properties right here, where you can change the outer, you can go to general, and there are a lot of things right here that one can actually change right here. And there are a lot. Okay, we have the categories, tags, title, hidden slides, size, and whole lot. We'll be talking about this. Even you can also show all properties, where almost everything is showing right here. You can also inspect your presentation and also manage your presentation right here. Next, you have the save, which allows you to save if you click, and then click on the file button again, and that is going to bring out Backstage View again. I have the save as, I've got the history, I have print, share, export, close, account, and then feedback. And let me click on account for you to be sure of the Microsoft Office. For you to be sure of the Microsoft Office version I am using right here. You'll notice that here I've got the product information and I have product activated. Is actually Microsoft Office, and the product here is Microsoft Office Professional Plus 2019, and you can choose to check for update, which I'm not going to for now. And right here, notice I have this thing, account and privacy, so you can choose to manage your account and other things right here, but I am not signed in, so I'm going to close out. Next we have the themes. That is, this office theme is going to actually change the look of your interface, sometimes just adding a bit of effect at the upper right corner or even the top. For instance, if I should click on office theme and then I have colorful, let me change it to dark gray. And now look, I've changed every other thing here to dark gray. And then if I should choose black, I have black. And then if I should choose white, everything is going to turn. So let me choose black right here. And then let me go back. Now notice the interface has become black. Don't be confused when you get to a friend's place and he or she is using this black interface. Please just don't panic. That is how to configure that, by going to the file button, then choosing this guy right here called account. And once you get to account, you are good to go. You can change it anyhow. I'm going to choose colorful for now. Then I also have options. So let me close this, click on the file button. Then I have options right here. By scrolling down, I have option. The reason why I have to scroll down is because I am using a very low screen resolution, so you can see things clearly on your smartphones, tablet, and so on. So options, and there are a lot of things right here which one can choose, including the privacy settings and other things right here. Okay, for now, my friends, let me just close out and then make my way down. After the file, I have the home. With the home, I have the groups named Clipboard, separated by a stroke. So this clipboard consists of my paste, cut, copy, and then format painter. You also have the launcher right here, which when you click on it, it's going to launch it down for you. For now, I want to close out. Next, I've got slides. Okay, so here in the slides, I have new slide. So by default, you can see I have one slide right here. In fact, I made a mistake by clicking somewhere. Let me just close that over there. Don't mind about that for now. I have this right here, and this is just a thumbnail, and this is my slide right here I am saying. So for now, I have new slide in the slide script. So if you want to add slide, change the layout or whatsoever, this is where to come. So I'm going to click on the drop down arrow right here for new, I'm going to click on the drop down arrow here for new slide. Then notice I've got title slide, title and content, section header, to content, comparison, title only, blank, that is content with captions, picture with caption, and I think that is all I've got for now. Okay, for some reason, let me just go with title and content right here. So if I should click, notice another slide is being added, which technically giving me slide 2. And if you want to know that, you can come down to the status bar. This displays the number of slides you've got over there, and then this thesaurus show you your spelling errors and other things out there. And coming all the way down right here, you have your notes. You also have the comment section right here. You have the normal view. What we are actually seeing is our normal view currently. This is our normal view where we see all things like this. But if we are not comfortable with the normal view, we can go with slide sorter or even reading view, or you can use slideshow. But let me show you where all these things are located before we even move on further. When you click on view, you have access to go to presentation views, and here I have normal. So it says edit your presentation slide by slide and navigate with thumbnails by using the normal view. So this right area is known as your thumbnail, where you see 1 and then 2, and then this is the exact slide you are actually having. So if you wanted to move from slide 2 to 1, then you just have to click on 1 from the thumbnail and it moves you right to the first one over here. Okay, this is the normal mode. We also have the outline mode, which is going to make the thumbnails very tiny, and this looks exactly as it is, like an outline, you know. And it says edit and jump between your slides in the outline pane. You can easily create an entire presentation just by pasting your outline from Word into the outline pane, right? So I am not going to actually work with this, and I can't even remember. I don't like working with this, honestly. Next, I have slide sorter, so you can click on this, and if you have dozens of slides out here, then you're going to actually sort them out right here, as you can see. Then we also have notes page. So right here, you notice I have the first one, then the second one. They all look like notes on a page right here. The reading view is going to give you what it says, but I'm not going to touch the reading view for now, but some other time I will. That is when we start doing projects right inside this software. Let me go back home, and then that is it about our slide. You can add a slide. You can also make a duplicate of a slide and go. But for now, let me go back to my view, then switch from notes page to normal, because that's what I want. Then return back to my home tab right here, and then next I have my slide, my layout here. So if I am not comfortable with, let's say, this particular layout I chose for this, which goes by the name header and content, then what I'm going to do is I will click to make sure it's selected by its thumbnail, then go to layout, and this time you notice this has gray selection going on, which means it is the active layout. Well, I can change it to comparison, then it's going to change my layout for me. In case I don't like things and I want to reset, I can click on reset button here. It's going to reset things down to in case I modified, let's say I modified some things out here, I do things that I'm not supposed to, and I mess up things and I want to reset, just click on reset right here from the slides, and it's going to reset everything for you to its default state. Then next we have this thing called section. It says organize your slides into sections, but for now we are not going to touch this for now. Okay, we're not going to touch this. Next, let me go back to my first slide, and then I have my font group. After the clipboard, we've got slides. After slides, we've got font. Right here, you are going to make use of your font size, bold, and a whole lot of things inside here. So for now, notice everything seems to be dimmed. That is because I am not in a text box. So if I should click in this text box, then notice my font is now active, font size 60, and a whole lot of things right here. So for instance, if I should type introduction right here, I've got my introduction, as you can see. Now if I should click or even drag, notice the font size it bears, and if I wanted to change the fonts, I just have to click on the down pointing arrow, then choose any font of my choice. And in my case, maybe I might want to scroll down until I get something that suits my need, but I can't. Let me just use this copper plate Gothic bold right here, then increase the font size. This is going to let you increase the font size numerically. Let me choose 66, but then if you just want to go up without minding what you have until you feel the text box, then use this capital A. We have two capital A's right here. It has the keyboard shortcut here called Ctrl+Shift plus greater than sign, which means this will increase your font size. So if I should click, watch my screen, click again from 72 to 80, again to 88, as you can see. So right here, and let me click again, it will not go further because it's been locked in there. Here I also have this to reduce the font size. So by clicking, I'm going to reduce the font size, and that is going to definitely go by the keyboard shortcut Control Shift and then less than sign. And I have decrease font size as the name. In this font group, you also have access to your bold, which lets you bold your work. So notice, if I should click, my selection is going to be bolded. However, I don't want to bold this, so I'm going to click. And this bold has the keyboard shortcut of Control B. One good thing about Microsoft Office applications is that even not only the Office applications, even the Windows and some other applications, when you hover your mouse pointer, it's going to show you its keyboard shortcut, provided it has, but some will not show you. Honestly, some will not, but the rest will. And I really love that function about this Microsoft applications. In fact, I want to say congratulations to the Microsoft team. Okay, next I have this italics. So introduction. Now I'm going to come down here to my subtitle, then click to start typing something, and what I'm going to type is a presentation software developed in 1987, okay, by Microsoft Corporation. Okay, so this is presentation software developed by Microsoft in the year 1987 by Microsoft Corporation. And I'm going to highlight this. Now, before anything, I am actually working in a text box. Okay, whatever you type is going to go into a text box. So if you want to move this text, you can just position your mouse pointer on the line, the dotted line, until you get that four-headed cursor, which shows that you are going to grab something. So you can click, and once you click, you're definitely going to get these guides, that is smart guides right here. You can move it to wherever you want it to go to. But then if you are not okay with all those things, then take advantage of this command at the upper left corner called undo. So Ctrl Z to undo, Ctrl Z to undo, Ctrl Z to undo again until you get to where you wanted to get to. And that is how, friends, you take advantage of that. And next you have these nodes right here, NODES, nodes, and you're going to use this to expand the text box. Okay, if the text box is too small, then that is going to break things down and not making things well. But for some reason, I want to press Ctrl Z on the keyboard to undo that. Next, we have this rotation icon right here. Notice you position your mouse pointer, your pointer is going to change to that black circle. Like, click, hold, and drag. So as you drag, you are going to rotate your work in here. And if you want to move by 15 degrees, then you hold down the shift key on the keyboard as you drag. So hold down the shift key and you're gonna go 15 degrees and keep rotating until you get to where you want. This time it is actually snapping. It's no more a free form rotation. Okay, once I get to the point I like, I'm going to release my mouse pointer, release the shift key, and I am good to go. So that is how you're going to be using the font group down there. Next, I have this paragraph group. This paragraph comprises of the bullet. If you want to bullet your work, for instance, I want to go to my slide 2 and then create some bullets. So you see the bullet is being created here already. So once I click, notice this has become active, and I can type Word, then press the enter key, Excel, PowerPoint, as you can see. So you're going to see the bulletin. That is the function of this bulletin right here. And this, for numbering, I'm going to click here to see the comparison. Instead of bulletin, I'm going to change it to numbering right here. Now you can see 1, or even you can change it from 1, 2, 3 to maybe ABCD, any one of your choice. But in my case, I'm going to choose ABCD here. Then I'm going to type keyboard, which is an input device, mouse, which is also an input device, joystick, which is an input device. Then we also have a couple of input devices, including microphone right there, and a whole lot. So you type, you press the enter, it's going to be bulleting it down for you again and again and again. I just love that. Now notice this. PowerPoint is telling me that I have a spelling mistake right there. I typed something mistakenly. That is, I made a mistake, to be precise, which is because PowerPoint, this P is supposed to be in capital letter. And if you want to solve that, you right click and then choose the first one in the list, so which is PowerPoint, and I am done with the correction. Well, PowerPoint or Microsoft Office, thank you very much for letting me. Next to that, we have this called the Convert to Smart Art Graphic. So this is going to let you convert things to Smart Art Graphic. And let me show you what this is going to look like. Let me highlight this, then click right here, and I'm going to choose maybe something like this. Okay, and with this, you notice what I've got with even more smart art tools, including the design and then the format. As I told you, some of the tabs are hidden. Here on my screen, I have the option to even add picture illustration. So the keyboard, I'm going to click on this, and this is going to bring out the insert pictures, blah blah blah. Well, I want to choose from a file on my computer. I don't want to browse online. Then I would make a way to my computer or the location where I have it saved, the picture saved, then insert it. But for now, let me cancel out and then close that, because this is not a project based, just to introduce you to the software. Okay, that is it about this over here. Then next, I also have this align test. This is test alignment right here, but let me just, you can actually send it to the bottom or whatsoever, but for now I'm not going to talk about that for now. Next, when I get to drawing, what are the things are you going to see when you get to drawing? Well, here I have more shapes. This is where we are going to talk about shapes and other things down here. So I have my shapes, which when you click, you know, I have the text box here, so I'm going to click on the text box and then drag. So this is how a text box is being created. All these text boxes you've been seeing and making use of, they are being created just like the way I did this one right now. For now, let me click on this text box and then press the delete key on the keyboard to get rid of it. All right, we get rid of that. Now I've got my drawing and arrange is here. I will not talk about that. Now if I should click on this, notice I've got something called quick styles. This allows me to apply some sort of special effect known as quick styles to my work, and as you can see, this one bear the color of orange, which is a favorite color. Actually, I love orange color because whenever I see it, it actually reminds me of eating. It increases my appetite. So when you're painting your dining room, remember orange is the color for that. All right, now I've got the shape fill right here, which also comes with the quick styles. Then I have the shape outline, and then I have shape effects like the preset here. Let me even choose something like this first so that you can see things clearly. Let me click on this. This is not a project based, just sit behind and watch me do this kind of things. Okay, from next Monday I will start bringing projects on board. So I have the presets right here, and you can offer your mouse pointer to get the effect you gonna get when clicked. Then I have this find and replace. So for now, let's say I want to find mouse right here by clicking on the find, and it's gonna ask me find what. I'm gonna type mouse. Then when I click on find next, it's going to highlight mouse for me. Then this time, look at this, I have replace button here. I'm going to click on replace. Then I want to actually find mouse and then replace it with something different. And what could that be? Let's say I want to add an output device, which I'm going to go by the name projector. So I'm going to replace with, then I will type projector like that. I don't know if I'm correct. Then when I click on replace, it's going to tell me that, hey, that was the last match we found. Okay, click on OK. And if I should even click more, I will not get anything. That is replace all, I will not get anything. But look at what happened. Mouse was actually replaced to projector right here in this list, which is great. So to get things clearly, I'm going to click on this, Go to quick style and then choose this orange, click on this, come to quick style and then choose this orange as well. Now you know this blue has to do with output and then this orange has to do with input right here. All right, so those are the things you've got there, so long as the find and replace is concerned. You can also choose to select all your things right here by making use of this select. If I should click on select, you have select all, select object, and then selection pane. And if you should click on selection pane, it will show you or ask you the things that you might want to select. We have text placeholder, which happens to be this. We have title, which happens to be this. We also have content placeholder, which happens to be 18 right here. Okay, so you've got those options down there. For now, you can also click on this little drop down icon to close this out. Now let's move on to the insert tab right here. So from the home we have insert, and notice the content of the insert have changed. For instance, we've got slides, unlike home where we have clipboard. Coming to insert, you have slides, and here you have the option to add more slides. And don't forget, over here you can also add a new slide right here, but then it is also located right here under the insert slides. I have slides which you are already familiar with. I also have tables. So for now, let me come down here, go to new slide, then add one more slide. This time, let's say I want to add blank, and now I've got blank right here. Then I would go to table. Then right here, you notice I've got this table. I have the table, this grid or squares right here. This is actually known as a cell in Excel. I have 1 by 1, 2 by 1, 3 by 1, 4 by 1. So which means technically I have 9 columns and then 1 row. So if I should move this down, you notice what I'm getting right here. I have 9 by 7. So 9 by 7 over here. But then if I'm not okay with this, I can choose insert table right here. But notice as I drag, you're going to see a little preview on my desktop showing you how the table is going to look like when I click, or when I finally click. For now, I am going to choose insert table. Maybe what I need might not even this 10 by 8 table might not even be up to. Maybe I need something like 15 by 12. So I'm going to click on insert table, and right here up comes my insert table dialog. I have number of columns which I am going to enter 15 columns. Then press the tab key on the keyboard. Okay, tab key is located in between the tilde and then the caps lock key on the left side, an American keyboard. So I'm going to type 12 right here. So number of rows 12, number of columns 15, then click on OK, and I'm going to get something like this. So as you can see, I've got this. And you also have the table tools right here, design and layout. Charlie, this is just heck. And you have more things to talk about here. You have the table style, which you can work with, and you can also click on the more drop down arrow here, then access bunch of things to work with right here. But in my case, let me just go with this guy. This is known as dark style 1 accent 2. So when you're being asked to apply a table style of dark style 1 accent 2, that is how to get to it. And we also have the shading, we have a couple of things, we even have borders, and then we have effects. This and minimum we are going to be talking about. For now, let me press Ctrl Z so I get rid of this little orange here. So Ctrl Z to get rid of it. That is to undo, not to delete, but to undo. Okay, next I want to move to the insert again. Then you can also add a picture, and that is under the images. I have illustrations which talks about the shapes. I also have icons here, and I've got this thing 3D model. So for now, let me go here to my slides and then go for new slide, click on it, and it's going to bring out another blank slide. Then right here from the illustrations, I'm going to click on 3D models, and that is going to allow me to work offline or even online. So I'm going to go offline, and it's going to take me to 3D object. Unfortunately, I have no 3D object right here to talk about, so I'm going to close out because we're going to be getting into this in depth from the next movie. Okay, now then I have smart art here, and I'm going to click on my smart art, and it seems I already used smart art in my second slide, so I'm not going to actually talk about this, but this can be very, very useful as we'll be discussing in the later movies. I'm going to close out, then go to chart, and you have this. Let me close it, put a mouse pointer on it, and it says make it easy to spot patterns and trends in your data by inserting a bar, area, or line chart. All right, I'm going to click on it, and notice we've got a couple of things going here, and in my case I can say 3. We have the left bar or the left column, we have the top, and then we have the middle. The middle is going to show you the preview, and then the top is going to even show you more of the chart you clicked on. So for now, let's say I want to go with histogram. When I click on histogram, this is what I'm going to get. But what about box and whisker? And it's going to give me this. But for now, let me just choose pie, and this pie is this. So when you click on this and click on OK, it's going to insert it right here for you. Not only inserting it, it's going to bring out a mini Excel interface right here. So you can see I've got this legends over here. I have first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and then fourth quarter. So you have first quarter. First quarter, I can decide to name it, let's say James, and then I'm going to press the down arrow key to come down. Then the second quarter, let me name it Justice, and then press the enter key to come down. The third quarter, I'm going to name it Bernice. Then press the enter key. The fourth quarter, I am going to name it Win, right down there, right? Then press the enter key. So now notice I end up changing James, first quarter to James, second to Justice, third to Bernice, and then last one to Win, and each with its color code, as you can see here, from blue, orange, ash, and then yellow. So once you're done with that, you can close it. But then if you wanted to modify, let's say James, he got about 8.2. So let's say I want to decrease his a bit to, let's say, 5.7. Pay attention to the chart. When I press the enter key, it's going to reduce his slide out there. After reducing the slide, I'm going to close this guy right here. I don't need it. And back here, I also got the chart tools. And notice all the things I've got here. I have this, which is style 2. I have this, which is style 3. I also got this, and this. And even if you should click on this, you're going to see more. In my case, I love to go with this black against that. This, I think I love it, and maybe all I need to do is to change my font color so I can see things clearly right here by clicking on this, going to the home tab, then choosing a much better color that can just show up inside, like black, and I am good to go. And if the font size is too small for me, I'm going to click on this drop down arrow, then choose something much bigger because I want people to see things clearly. So I'm going to go with 24 or even 28, yes, so you can see things much better on screen. Now everything is showing out there very beautifully. Now again, insert, and then I have illustration. So that is just a bit about that. Next, I have add-ins. I also have links. This is where you're going to create links and then zoom and other things like that. We can also add comments. So for instance, if I click on this and then add comment, the comment section is going to come and my user account is going to be lifted and it will ask me to add a comment. And I would say, I think James rather 8.7. Then press the enter key on the keyboard. So this is just a comment right here, and if I should close this guy and come down to the bottom and click on comment, I would definitely see what I just put out here. Now let me close this guy out, and that closes the comment, and even I think it has even deleted that comment out there because I just clicked. And if I don't want to and I later change my mind, I'm going to press Ctrl Z on the keyboard and that will undo. And notice this, I have this little comment right here, which means I have comments associated with this guy here, this fourth slide. We have the text box, the header and footer, where if you want to add header, you click on header, then you can choose to add date and time, and you notice where it's going to show, and you can update these guys automatically, that is if you so desire. You can also add slide number, which will actually show here. This is a little preview. I think this preview is too small to anticipate the effect of your modification. Then I have the footer as well, which is going to come at the bottom. So I'm going to type here by clicking and then type this is my first lesson in PowerPoint right here. So this is my first lesson, and if I don't want this thing to appear on the first slide, which is the title slide, then I'm going to click on do not show, that is don't show on the title slide. Then click on apply to all. If you apply it to all, it's going to be applied to everything. So now this is my first slide. Let me go to my second slide. Now notice I've got my date. I also have this footer, and I've got page 2. Next I have this, and then also I have this and this and many more. Next I have insert word art right here. I'm not going to talk about that for now. You can also choose to add your date and time, your slide number, which we just talked about, and then another object. You can embed objects in the document. You also have the option to come with equations. For instance, if I should go to the next slide and then maybe click on this, choose blank, I am now in slide 5 with my header and with my footer and other things like that. I have the option to bring in symbols and even click on this equation, and that is going to bring about equation tools. I have these fractions, I have scripts and a whole lot. Now I want to choose this, let's say something like this, and if you should click, you're going to get this out here. All you have to do right here is to edit the content by dragging and then replacing with your desired equation right there. But I want to do away with that for now, or let it just be there. So that is it about that. And I also have favorite features over here known as the media. I'm going to talk about media, adding video and then audio, and even record your screen right here inside the software. Next I have design. This talks about the feeling of the work, and here I have this office theme used by all slides. I also have this, I have this, I have this, and each with its name. For instance, this is integral, and this is iron, this is iron boardroom. And if you should click on the more drop down arrow, you also have lots of things going on. And this is much better because it saves time than you creating everything from scratch out there. Just pick one and modify it to suit your need, and take off things that you don't need, and the things that you need, let them be there. All right, next I have transition. This is where one slide actually, in fact, let me go back to design and then let me apply this to all. Okay, and as I click on it, look, I end up applying it to all of these things right here. Now I have a total of 5 slides. Now watch and see how this thing is going to affect the transition. Click on fade, or let me click on morph. Then let me click on slide 2, choose random bars. Let me click on 3, click on the drop down arrow, and I want to actually use cover. Then 4, I still want to use cover, or even push can also work there. Then 5, I don't think I have anything there, but let me use cut. I don't think the cut is beautiful, so let me use split. Now If I should come to the first slide and then click on preview, this is what I got. But then this is where I need that from beginning. So let me go to my quick access toolbar and then customize it by clicking on the customize quick access toolbar, then choose start from beginning. And at this time, let me click on this start from beginning. And now I have introduction. Now let me click. I have this. Look at the transition from one slide to the other. You see, this is the effect right here on your screen. This and minimum we are going to be doing. And if you get to the last end, you're going to click again and it will tell you end of slideshow. Click to exit, and I'm going to click again and that will exit me. That is the function of that transition, so between one and the other. Next we have animation. This is going to animate the object and text on your page, that is on your slide. So for instance, I have this introduction, and if you want to apply that, click inside, then choose one of these. I have fly in, so you see I have fly in here, and then here I am also going to choose fly in. The second slide, I'm going to click on it from the thumbnail. Then I would choose this. I want to select this and then maybe bring in something like this, fly in, like that. Then again, this one, click, and I want to choose float in. And then with this, I want to click on this, and then, sorry, I don't mean to double click. Let me close and then close even the comment. Let me click on this, go to my animations, and then I also want to choose this thing out here called random bars. And the last one here, I don't think I have anything much better except for this. So let me choose float in right here. Now if I should go to this, that is start from beginning, then notice what I'm going to get. I'm going to click, introduction is going to come, click a presentation software is going to come, again click, again click, 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 click again, and then again, and then again, and the last one again. Then you get to the end of slideshow, click on it to close it. This is where the real slideshow happened. This is the slideshow tab. This is from beginning. So this is where this particular command comes from when you click on it from the quick access toolbar. And we have lots of things which we are going to talk about. We also have review. So review, this is where you are going to check your spelling from your thesaurus, which is the inbuilt dictionary, and then your accessibility, inside your language, and your comments. This is the comment section. So if you are being asked to add comments to your work, this is where to come, and a whole lot. We even have the view. We talked about presentation view already. We have master views. This is where you change your master slide. You know, I would walk you through all of these things. Now next we have show. We have the ruler. By default is hidden, so if you turn it on, you notice you have the horizontal ruler here and then the vertical ruler right here. Let me uncheck it. We also have grid lines, and I love using grid lines, especially in CorelDRAW, Illustrator, InDesign, and then Photoshop. The reason is that grid lines help you maintain consistency and keep you efficient throughout your work. So I love it so much. I love it. And this, known as your guide, you have this horizontal and then the vertical guides. So if you want to align things properly, then you go that way. I'm going to check or uncheck. The choice is yours if you want to, but for the sake of this movie, there is no need. I also have my zoom. So right here, let me just come here and then come to the lower right corner. I have this slideshow, and I also have this zoom. Notice we have the zoom out. So you click on it, it's going to zoom you out, and then notice the percentage is actually going to be changing. So 30, 40 by clicking on the plus, again, and if you don't like things, you can click here and the zoom dialog is going to come. Then modify it over here by dragging and then maybe typing 50 or whatsoever, and you are done. Maybe I need 45, but 45 is not there, so let me type 45, and there is nothing like that there. I'm going to click on OK. Then that actually zooms me out to 45. Okay, let me click here and then change it to fit and then click on OK. Or better still, I can zoom in using this zoom slider. Okay, this slider here, choice is yours, but in my case I just want to come back to this number, then click on fit and then OK. All right, so those are the things that you need to know. Next, I also have this color / grayscale, so you can actually turn things to grayscale on the slide, or you can go to your color view. The choice is totally yours. Let me go back, and here I have my window. This is where you're going to manage all your window: cascade, arrange, or split, that is move and split, or move split, then new window. We also have this switch window right here, provided I have two PowerPoint presentation files open. I'm going to see both here, but the one with the check mark in front of it means that is the one currently displaying right here. And I have the macros right here, and is the macros right here which you can work with, but I'm not going to talk about that in this movie. Okay, I have the add-ins, and this is where we're going to maybe record our screen and other things like that. But this is the Camtasia I am using, and I have tell me what to do assistant right here. So let me go back to this slide 5 and then click right here. This time I want to create, let's say, bar chart. So notice once I begin to type, it brings it, and then I'm going to click, and I am even right here already. Well, if I am okay with what I got, why not click on OK, and it's going to bring it out there for you, as you can see right there. And in my case, I think I am okay with what I've got over here. So let me close this, and then I have my chart title here, and look, I have this behind my work. All I need to do is to select it and then delete it. That is the only way out. But for now, I will not delete it. Let it just be there, because I'm not going to be making use of this after all. And here I'm going to save this work. So I'm going to click on the file button, get to my Backstage View, then click on the save button. And here when you click on the file button, you have the option to close. So this, when you click on close, is going to close the current presentation. Notice I have nothing here. So if I want to open it again, then I'll go to file, this time click on open. Then from my recent, I have this introduction here, which I just modified a few minutes ago. Let me click on this, and this is going to bring it out here for me, and it's telling me that there are comments in this presentation. Open comment from the status bar. Well, if you should, then you're going to see things that it wants you to see. But for now, let me just close these things out because I don't want them, however. And here I'm going to just scroll down, and I have this. Notice my vertical scroll bar is here for me as well, and then horizontal scroll bar is supposed to be here. And here, if I should have more, then I'm going to use this vertical scroll bar here for the thumbnails, that is to view the hidden thumbnails that might come along the way. Okay, so to close this again, I'm going to press Ctrl Q on the keyboard. That is going to close the application for me. Ctrl Q. You can also use Alt F4, but Ctrl Q is just to close the application. It's actually a trick I discovered because I just tried it and it worked. Okay, I tried it and it worked. Microsoft didn't tell me, or I didn't read any book which tells me that Ctrl Q is going to close that for you. I just tried it and it works. So just keep trying everything. And that is how, my friends, you take advantage of Microsoft PowerPoint 2019 right here. This is just the introductory, and from the very next movie we're going to start with project, and by which I mean you prepare a very nice presentation which you're going to present to your audience, your students, and whosoever, to make your presentation stands out. And thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Do your brother a favor. Why? Bye bye.